Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shayna Gray, and today we're here to talk about my 1 month loc journey. I have some questions here, just general questions about maintenance and products that I use, how it was like to go through this journey, and a little bit about myself. Sorry if I keep looking down. I have some notes here, so we're just gonna read off of those. So I know you probably come to this page and you see this intro just throwing a bunch of stuff at you, and that's just me trying to do a shameless plug on all the businesses that I have going on right now. I am an artist, I am a mom, and I am an author. I have multiple businesses right now. My first business is called My Own Species, where I draw art and I have apparel on my website. Everything is linked below. A second business that I do is jewelry making. So I wrap necklaces. I hope to continue to make jewelry like bracelets and necklaces, and that business is called Wrapped by Shay Ultra, also linked below. And last but not least, I make children's books. Right now they're published on Amazon. I have 2 out so far. One is called Well Spoken, and it's personally about experiences that I had growing up, being a well-spoken child and being mistaken for somebody that I'm not. And my second book is called How Would You Like It? And it's a book on anti-bullying and to be more kind and understanding of others. So if you would like to see any of those links, I will have them all listed below. So I'll start my first question off with why I started this journey to begin with. To be frankly honest, I started this journey, one, simply for the fact that my natural hair, as you know, I have alopecia, and so it was just really hard to maintain the alopecia with the itching, and it seemed like less was more personally for me. I just wanted less maintenance. My head suffered less itching, less irritation. I was able to retain the growth that came back from once I was scratching so much. So that is one reason why I wanted to start this loc journey. A second reason why I wanted to start this journey is because I always knew that I loved locks. I have pictures probably dating back from about 2014, but for some reason I just kept waiting and waiting and pushing it off and postponing it, because you know they had the crochet locks, so you would have the crochet styles, and you could have a different look every single month. I kept mine in for about a month, but you can just change out so many styles at a time that I really enjoyed just looking different every other month. I just truly enjoyed the look of locks, and that's it. The third reason is because once I decided to get into actually locking my natural hair, I, as you know, tried the extensions. I did the lock extensions, and I did my own 2-strand twist with added extensions, but they just didn't work out for me. They didn't look natural to me or on me personally. So I just said, you know what? Let me just be me. Why am I trying to cover up my natural hair? This is what it's supposed to do. So let me just accept myself for what I am and what I look like. And when I would wear my real hair, it was just like really thin. So for me to be able to look at my hair and look at myself and actually feel good about what I see was a big realization, to be able to say, I'm here and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be all in, because for just myself and nobody else. So yeah, that is the final reason on why I decided to lock my hair. So these past few weeks, I have definitely seen a difference in my growth, and I've seen a difference in my self-growth. The first few weeks of growing my locks, I've noticed that a lot of them wanted to come loose, especially around the neck and the nape area. So I can give you an example. This is my teenager lock, and they say that it's called the teenager lock because it's the one that's unruly and he acts out and he wants to be different from the rest and cause you a bit of trouble. But as you can see, a lot of this is unraveling. A lot of it could be new growth, but I'm pretty sure a lot of it is unraveling. And then if you look at the front here, it's barely come undone. So it really is tempting to want to redo the ones in the back, but I know they say the longer you wait, the better. because the stronger your base will be. But I don't want to wait too long because, again, my hair is thin and fine, and I just don't want it to be weighed down and pulled out and then have a negative impact on my locks and how they grow out. So I feel like the front of my hair could probably last 6 to 8 weeks without a retwist, but it feels like my back, maybe in the beginning stage, my back might need to be retwisted every 4 weeks because the unraveling is just disrespectful. Next, I will talk about products that I use. Because I have alopecia, I try to use products that is really good for an anti-inflammatory and things that will help reduce itching and dry scalp. A tonic water that I had made that was inspired by West Indy Ray. It has been such a lifesaver for my hair because it just feels so nourishing and so moisturizing. And then when I spray the tonic water in my hair, I seal it with only 2 oils. I use eucalyptus oil and castor oil. So if you want a video on how I keep my hair from itching, moisturize, and a good shine and dry scalp, then I will make a video about the tonic water and products that I use to moisturize my hair. Other products that I use to keep the hair on my head is Rogaine for women, 5% minoxidil. And that is because I had went a long time back to see a dermatologist, and I was going to get a biopsy. They stuck me with a needle in my head to see what my cells were doing and gave me a topical steroid injection with a needle. And I just didn't want that extensive pain when it came to just trying to keep the hair on my head. So instead, I just stopped going to the dermatologist, and then I went and purchased the Rogaine, and I just decided to use that for my hair. And in the first month, I noticed a difference. I noticed that tiny fine hairs were growing in places they've never been on my head. And that is this whole entire front area where my edges reside now. And unfortunately, if I'm ever stressed or if I do stop using the product, it will thin back out. I wish it was a permanent solution, but for now, it's not. So I use that and I pair it with hair, skin, and nails vitamins, just your typical Nature's Bounty brand that you could get from any pharmacy store. It keeps my hair very full and thick, and the shedding has reduced to almost none. I think it's the shedding that you're supposed to have when you normally do your hair. That's the type of shedding that I've experienced with having the Rogaine paired with a multivitamin, because I believe I'm deficient in iron. So taking the vitamins boosts my iron because I was anemic, but it really made an impact on my nails and my hair because my nails would always break and be brittle, and now I'm able to keep some form or fashion of nails on my nail. It might be something that I have to do until I'm wrinkly and old, but it's nothing too extensive, so I'm okay with that. I would always wear locks faithfully. Every single month I would faithfully install locks, take locks out. I would do a whole wash day routine and then reinstall the locks. So I figured, what is the point of constantly taking out locks that I absolutely love and reinstalling the same locks that I absolutely love when I could just have locks permanently? I always felt stuck when I had my natural hair. I would do clip-ins. If I have pictures, I would do braids, and it was just always kind of strenuous and a lot of tension on my scalp. So when I would wear the clip-ins, I would get 2 nice bald spots because it was pulling out my hair. And then when I would wear the braids, the chemicals in the fake hair that just constantly itched my scalp, and it was so irritating. It was red and bumpy and just itchy, and I didn't like the feeling of constantly going through that every other month when I decided to do braids installed on my head. When I started this journey, I wanted to challenge myself with patience. I'm already a really patient person, so going through this journey and knowing that it's going to be months and years before it's actually official locks was something that I had no problems doing. I really just wanted to challenge myself to love myself for who I really was and see myself for who I really was without the extensions and without the fake hair and the stuff that I guarded myself behind to feel prettier or to feel better about myself. It's like I should just want to feel good about myself as myself. So this is just speaking from personal experience. I know for a fact that I was hiding behind hair, and it was always, if I don't have this wig, I don't feel pretty. If I don't have my hair done, I don't feel pretty. If I don't have the locks in, I don't feel pretty. And so I just really wanted to stop myself, give myself some affirmations, and tell myself, you are beautiful, you are pretty, and why you're the only person telling yourself the things that you are not. So why do you have to believe those negative things about yourself? If that's not something you would tell the friend or family next to you, why would you say those mean things about yourself? So I really just changed my mentality about how I viewed myself, and when I felt unattractive, I said I'm beautiful. If I felt not my best, I said I feel amazing. And really just taking the negative narrative that I would tell myself and flip it into a positive. No matter what it was, any little nitpick thing that I said about myself, I would stop myself immediately from even uttering the word, and flip it and say the opposite, and say something that was positive about myself. And I could honestly say, I know they say tell yourself in the mirror, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm this, I'm that. It is so true. You just really have to put in the work to believe it, and it's not hard at all, because it is true. You just have to believe it, because nobody else is saying those opposite things about you except for you. We are our biggest critics, and it's ourselves who is putting our own images down, not anybody else. So give yourself grace and give yourself a kind word, because at the end of the day, when you take the hair off, you take the makeup off, you take everything that is not from you off, it's just you. And that is the biggest pill that a lot of people don't like to swallow. But at the end of the day, how you view yourself as yourself is the only thing that matters, and it should always be something positive and nothing negative, because you are amazing, and there's no reason why you shouldn't believe that you're amazing, because you are. I wanted to finally just completely love myself. I wanted to walk out the door and say, I feel great today. Because when you first start out talking to yourself and saying, I am love, I am happy, I am all these wonderful things, I'm not gonna lie, at first it's like, I'm just saying this so I can get this over with. I'm just saying this so I can try to convince myself. And then at some point, something just clicks, and you're saying it because it's actually true, and you wholeheartedly believe it. So don't give up on yourself. You are somebody that is beautiful. You are somebody that matters. And I know it seems a little cliche in a lock video to say these things, but how is it not true? In every aspect of your life, it is true. Whether it's your hair, whether it's your losing weight, whether it's you covering up for makeup, whether it is a birthmark you're embarrassed of having, whether it's anything, it's still true at the end of the day. So you yourself need to believe it, because you yourself is the only person that you yourself need to listen to. Things that have changed since locking my hair have been the ease of it all. It's so much, like, life is so much easier. And I know I keep saying this, that it sounds silly, but it's so true. I don't have to do a fraction of the stuff that I used to do when I was a loose natural, or a fraction of the stuff that I had to do when this 1 month would come up and I would have to be taking my crochet locks out, only to do a wash day. And I've got 2 kids. To have a wash day and to be able to do that wash day in 1 day no longer exists for me. It's taking me 2 to 3 days to get a wash day done. Now it's like a wash weekend. It takes more than 1 day now, because my time is broken up between my kids and myself and a husband. So life has been so much easier, not having to worry about, oh, I got to take these out, I have to redo them, I have to tie it back up again, I have to make my parts again, I have to strategically figure out how it's going to look this month because I have had bald spots from itching with the fake hair. It's so much easier. It's such a pleasure. It's such a breeze. To wash it is simple, and I don't have to put on a shower cap, and I can just let the water touch it and not, because of humidity. I don't have to worry about that no more. It is so freeing, and that is exactly what I needed, because having 2 boys and a husband who I do his hair as well, it can get a lot overwhelming, and it's like I need something for me personally that is the least amount of work, because I'm a simple girl. I don't need to do a lot before I leave the house. Like these earrings, this eyeliner, that's it. That's all I need when I walk out the door, and I am okay with that. And now I don't have to do my hair. Sign me up. All I have to do is spray it like a nice little plant outside on my balcony and put some oils in it and then walk out the door. Sign me up. These edges, who's gonna get these edges done? Who? Because not me. I will only do my edges once in a blue moon. I've not had to care for doing my edges. My edges are the best that they have looked in all my years of living. So they're gonna get these edges. They're gonna get these edges exactly as these edges come. Exactly as the universe has placed them on this scalp is how the universe is gonna get this head. And I'm okay with that. I walk out not caring what somebody thinks. I walk out not caring if somebody doesn't like the way I look.
If you don't like me, that's okay. I like myself.
It's for me to love, and I absolutely love it. I'm gonna walk outside this house every day knowing who I am, so nobody outside my house can tell me who I am. And that's what I do from now on. And I love it here. Now that I'm locked, I finally feel something as simple as hair, but to me it was so much deep rooted that I literally was bullying myself. So I feel free, I feel found, I feel loved, I feel amazing. I also just wanted a fresh start. I just wanted to start from scratch. I cut my hair completely off, I believe 2020, and just see what happens. And so far, I think I should have opted for that decision in the first place, because it has been the best decision I could have ever made. I honestly have never felt more confident and felt more myself than wearing my own hair. And I know it sounds silly that, oh, it's only hair, it's only hair. To some it is only hair, but for me, hair has always been such a big deal, because growing up I was just bullied. The hair that I had was baggage. It had negative energy, it had damage, it had all these negative emotions and things that I was carrying on from years and years ago, that I was just like, I want to start over, completely over. So I just cut it all off. And then as the years gone by, now that it's 2022, it was long enough for me to decide that I finally wanted to lock it. And that's what I decided to do. But before I go, I'll give you a quick 360, and then I'll show you an up close texture shot so you can see for yourself. And I'll do a before and after comparison so you can see the difference of my 1 month. So yeah, that is it for the update. Stay tuned for a product video on what I use to keep my hair moisturized, anti-itch and anti-inflammatory with alopecia, and a get to know me video. If you want to ask some questions down below, to have ready for the next video. And if you aren't already, hit that subscribe button and give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.